Shishla Gokashodas Goswami Ki Jai, Satchinan Shila Bhakti Thakur Ki Jai, Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babdi Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Vipanukuvaga Ki Jai, Shri Vipsnadan Bhadavaganath, Shri Jiva Gopala Badas Raghunath, Sat Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sutramdananda Chiko Prashadavinda Ki Jai, Namachar Shila Haridasta Ko Ki Jai, Brains the coach, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada, and the Shri Vedika Tathar, Shiva Sarjigo, Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopa, and Shivanama Krishna Mandla Ki Jai, Shri Shri Navadu Dhamma Ki Jai, Shri Sham Kadvada Kundi Muna Ganga Tospati Devi Ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Bhajastarshan Du Ki Jai, Shri Nishing Bhagavan Prabhu Ki Jai, Bhaktavash Balad Maharaj Ki Jai. Charadam, Charasamada, Chari Chari Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti. Bhakti Basics Zoom Program Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samakata Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo. So, Krishna Priyadidi. Which bhajan will you sing?
Oh Hey Vaishnav Thakur.
Perfect.
And it's page 39 in the songbook if anyone wants to sing along. All right. Namo Vishnu Padaya Gora Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Vaniti Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Ida se koruna kori. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Ida se koruna kori. Diyapada chaya shodho he amare Diyapada chaya shodho he amare Tomar charan dhori. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Ida se karuna kori. Chaya vega domi chaya dosha shodhi Chaya vega domi chaya dosha shodhi Chaya guna deho dase Chaya satsanga deho he amare Bosachi sangerashe. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Ida se karuna kori. Ekaki amara nai paya bala Ekaki amara nai paya bala Harinama Sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori shadha bindu diya Deho Krishna namadhane. Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Ida se karuna kori. Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro. Tomara shakti ache. Amito kangala, Krishna Krishna boli. Daitava pache pache. O hey Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Eda se karuna khori Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jaya Vaishnava Goshai Vaishnava Goshai Vaishnava Goshai Jaya Vaishnava Goshai Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Nityananda Gauranga Gaura Hari Jaya Nityananda Gauranga Gaura Hari Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to part 5 of Bhakti Basics. So it's going to start now. Thank you so much, Krishna Praditi. It was so sweet. Very beautiful with the drone and lovely picturesque background there. Nice. Okay, so I'll start. Say my pranam mantras. Situated. Om Gnat Mandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyapane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Nityanamane Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhabevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananda Lilamaya Vigrahaya Hemabhya Divya Chavisandaraya Tasmama Prema Rasapadaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Shama Sundara Sikanda Shekara Smarasa Murali Manoha Vadikavasika Mam Kripanidhi Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tavai Rashmi Najimi Tvaya Vina Iti Vignaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike Bhakya Vihina Parada Lakshai Shipchashchikama Titarangamaje Kripa Maitram Sharanam Papanam Vinde Namaste Charanavindam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Shikor Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So before I begin, I'd like to offer my humble, most respectful obeisances. My heart like flowers at the dust of the lotus feet of my Gurudev. Om Vishnu Pada Stata Sata Shishimada Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Swami Maharaj. And at the same time, I offer my Humble, most respectful obeisances, the dust of the lotus feet of my Param Gurudevs, Nitya Lila Bhushan Vishnupad, Astadhasada Shishimad, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maj Prabhupada, and Nitya Lila Bhushan Vishnupad, Astadhasada Shishimad, Bhakti Bhagyan, Keshav Goswami Maj. Unto all Vaishnavas and all Vaishnavis and all devotees assembled here, I offer my Dandavat pranams. So, welcome everyone. So nice to see you again. Is Krishna Priya Didi there with the slides for this week?
Yes,
Before we begin that though, it'd be nice to invite Shamali Didi, if you're there, or Manini Radha Didi.
I'm here. Shamali is here.
Oh, great. Okay. Shamali Didi, do you think you could give a brief summary of last week's Bhakti Basics session?
Sure. We were talking about the qualities of the genuine disciple, a Sat-Sisya.
We can't see you though. Is it
Sorry.
possible to put on your video? Right.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hare Krishna. So, my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Hi. And so we were talking about the genuine disciple. So, what are the qualities of a genuine disciple, and what is the relationship between that disciple and his guru? And we talked about, can you reject a guru? What are the reasons for that? The first was, if you reject your guru, then you might go to hell because your guru is everything. So, but if your guru isn't a Vaishnava, you can reject him and then take shelter of a true Vaishnava. You can also, if your guru shows that he is not able to discriminate what is wrong, and that you, by following him, you would fall into bad association, then you can deviate from that guru. So the proper guru is a true Vaishnava who is well versed in the scriptures and can not only deliver the knowledge but the realization of to the true disciple, and that he controls the disciple through love, not through it's the disciple willingly surrenders through the 6 steps of Sharanagati to the Guru, um, by accepting everything that's favorable, rejecting everything that is unfavorable, taking full shelter of Krishna, and that Krishna is not only his protector but his container, and offers all of his Atmani Nipeksha, everything over to the Guru. So there's full surrender, and follows that Guru with full love and willing to do anything for that Guru. And then the absolute truth is revealed through that true Vaishnav Guru to the disciple. So the material, forest fire material life is mercifully subdued, and all mercy is given to the disciple. The relationship is one of extreme love, and that you see the Guru as your topmost mother, father, and friend, and that you serve your Guru with strong faith, and also um, uh, um, Vishwam Bena Guru service, so that it's this pure, intimate service, that whatever your Guru asks of you, you do with full heart. All your possessions, everything is surrendered to Guru, in the service of Sri Krishna and your Guru. So I hope that is. Did I miss anything, or would you like to add?
No, that was really, really good. That was really brilliant. Very good. And maybe Manini Radha, if she's
Oh,
there, like to add
I'm
something.
here. I just wanted to say I thought Shamali Didi did a beautiful job actually summarizing, except there was one point you made, Charu, that was that Guru Nista is the backbone of Bhakti.
Mhm.
And that without that, we really we can't stand. So I thought that was the one point. I think she covered everything else really, really beautifully.
Yeah, no,
Incredible.
very nice. Thank you so much, both of you. Okay, so we can start now with the slides. Krishna Priya Didi, you're there? Great. So let me just. So this week we're going to discuss the different levels of Sevakas and Vaishnav Tattva. So we can go on to the next slide, please. So there are three categories of Guru Sevakas. One is called uttama adhikari sevak. That means the topmost servant. And madhyam adhikari sevak, that means the intermediate level servant. And kanistha adhikari sevak, which means the neophyte servant. So we can go on to the next slide, please. So here, just explained in more detail, the uttama sevak, or topmost servant, understands at all times without needing to be told exactly what his Gurudev desires. That means he understands his mano-bhishtam, innermost heart's desires, and he's able to please his Gurudev fully. So this is very important to know that the Uttam Sevak, he serves his Guru, understanding his Guru's heart's desires, his innermost heart's desires. Just as Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, he understood Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Manobishtam, his innermost heart's desire. And he fulfilled that. As it said in the prayer, Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svavadantikam. So this means, when will Srila Rupa Goswami give me shelter of his lotus feet? Because he understood the confidential desire of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was able to establish his mission in this world. And he's very dear to him, most dear. So in that sense, the Uttam Sevak is most dear to his Guru because he knows his heart and he will fulfill all his desires. So the Madhyam Sevak, or intermediate servant, is one who is able to fulfill his Gurudev's desire only after being instructed by him. He will be able to understand his instruction and execute it well without hesitation. However, he does not fully understand the inner desire or mood of his Gurudev in all respects. So that's the difference between the Uttam Sevak and the Madhyam Sevak. So, for example, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, he told Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, oh, you should never go to Calcutta. But what did Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada do? He established his first Gaudiya Mat, Chaitanya Gaudiya Mat in Calcutta. So it seems that, he disobeyed his Guru Maharaj. He told him never go there, what to speak of, it seems like establishing anything. He established the mat in Bag Bazaar. area of Calcutta. So did he disobey his guru in doing that? No, never. Why? Because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada is an uttama adhikari Vaishnava, Mahabhagavat Vaishnava. So he could never disobey. It's impossible. But so he understood the innermost heart's desire of his guru. When he said, don't go to Calcutta, what did he mean? He meant, don't go to the place of Kali. This is Calcutta. So this place is, full of so much Maya, But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he understood, no, this is actually the best place to establish Gaudiya Math, a temple, to give shelter to all the fallen conditioned souls there who are suffering due to the illusory material energy, due to Kali himself. So therefore he went there. And Madhyamadikari Sevak, he cannot really fully understand the innermost heart desire of his guru, like the uttama sevak. He will be given an instruction, but he won't really necessarily grasp the inner meaning, like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada did towards the instruction that was given to him by Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So the madhyam sevak, he does, he understands, okay, my Gurudev's given me an instruction. So by hook or by crook, I will fulfill that instruction without any hesitation. And he's able to discriminate between different levels of Vaishnavas. Like he can understand, he has love for the Lord. Ishvare tadidineshu balisheshu drusashucha. Prema Maitri Kripopeksha. So he has love for the Lord, Kripa, he has mercy towards those who are, jivas of suffering in this world, or towards those who are junior to him. He has friendship, of course, with, other Vaishnavas as well. And what else? He also neglects those who are inimical. Why? Because they may make offenses. So we'll go into this in more detail when we discuss the different levels of Vaishnavas. But anyway, that's the madhyam sevak. He has that discrimination, and he can follow his guru's instructions very well, without any hesitation. He doesn't have any hesitation, he doesn't doubt like that. But the kanistha sevak, or neophyte servant, is one who is unable to render service properly, even upon being directly instructed by his Gurudev. So I can say more about the different categories of kanistha sevak on the next slide. Go on. So 6 types of neophyte or unsatisfactory sevaks. So the neophyte or unsatisfactory sevaks: Alibano, Jyotishaka, Stabdibhuta, Kame Kaka, Presita, Presakas Chaiva, Sad Ete Sevaka Dama. So number 1, he who is fickle like a bee. That means Ali. Ali is a bee. He who answers back, piercing his master like an arrow. It's Ban. The procrastinator, or Jyotisaka. The so-called sevak who is lazy and inactive, Stabdibhuta. Or he who refuses to try to do anything on his own, Kime Kaka. The so-called sevak who passes the book, Presita Presaka. So just to explain in a little more detail about, yeah. Yes.
there's some green markings that
I
are
know,
kind
I noticed that. Well, Krishna Priya, have you any idea where that's coming from?
of, I don't know if she could undo. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but
Haribol, sorry. It looks like someone drew on there. I don't know how to do that, how to erase it, but maybe Karunamai does. If you're there, Karunamai.
I'll check.
Okay.
sometimes if someone's advancing the slides, and I don't know if you're using an iPad or something,
No, I saw I saw the name of someone who drew on it, and I'm
Oh,
not sure why. Yeah, but it
Okay.
wasn't me.
I wonder.
Okay, it's just obscuring some of the slide. It would be nice if it weren't. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure. Is it possible to
And we
erase
have
somehow?
someone who isn't supposed to be here who's doing that. They've infiltrated and making marks that happens when people Zoom bomb. So it's probably that's what's going on.
Oh,
Right. Oh, that's a shame. So is it possible to erase it or not?
I don't know how to do it right now, but I will work on it. And I think
The
everybody
other thing
here
we
is
could
here
do
for
is
the meeting.
we could jump off and come back on and make sure that that person isn't here. That's one way to do it.
Okay.
I don't believe there's anybody here that shouldn't be right now. I've gone through all the participants, so everyone is here.
Haribol, Dandavats, I think I found something to.
You can do it?
No.
Someone's
Whoever did it can undo it, but I
volunteering.
didn't do it, so I can't undo it.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
someone's volunteering.
There's
Whoever did it, I can undo it. Someone's saying on the chat.
It was Udavadas, but I don't see him here now, so I'm not. I don't know. Yeah, we
Um,
might.
erasing it doesn't work. Pressing erase or something doesn't work. Or I don't know.
I don't see that option. I think Karunamai is looking it up on Google to see.
Okay, so there's someone called Gopal said, whoever did it can, oh, I see, whoever did it can undo it. Just select erase it. I didn't even think it would be possible, but okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right.
Should we jump off and then come back on? That might work.
I don't know. It will just disrupt everything, I think. I think we should just go on.
I think every page is going to have this little green line on it, and the
Yeah.
other little green line. I think Charo can read it because she knows what's there, anyways.
Oh, I got
Right.
it. Okay.
Oh, awesome!
You did it. Well done. Thank you.
Awesome.
Right. All right, so then we can go on with the kanistha sevak. Let's go into a little bit more detail. So number one, he was fickle like a bee. That's Ali. So the bee is only interested in trying to extract honey for its own advantage. And a bee, the nature of a bee is not very focused. The bee is jumping around all over the place. So that's the nature of such a sevak. He's highly reluctant to obey any order he receives from his Gurudev if it's not pleasing to him. So what does he do? He spends so much time humming about the order he's received, you know, and he's wondering whether he should carry it out or just focus on other things he feels more worthy of his attention. So, you know, he's very unfocused and easily distracted. So even if he tries to follow, then he sees something and then he easily gets distracted. So I'll tell you a story in regard to this. So once there was a guru and a disciple, and they were walking somewhere, and after some distance, this disciple was getting very tired and hungry, and he said to his Gurudev, "Oh, Gurudev, I'm so hungry, I can't even walk anymore." So then his Gurudev, he gave him 1 paisa and told him to one paise at that time. You know, it's Indian money and it's not so much, but you know, then it was a lot. But he told him to buy some chana, roasted chickpeas. So the disciple went to the market and he was looking around, and he soon realized that everything, the fruit, the vegetables, the chana, the chickpeas, the sweets, everything was only 1 paise, same price. So the disciple became so excited and he thought, oh, wow, this place is so nice. Everything is so cheap and same price, you know, whatever I get, it's the same. So, you know, I'd really like to stay here. In fact, I don't want to leave. You know, it's so good. So then he thought, oh, let me go to the sweet shop and see what's there. And then he saw very nice cheese or paneer is there. Then he asked the shopkeeper, oh, how much? The shopkeeper said, what, 1 paise? He said, okay, great. And he thought, wow, this is amazing. Why should I buy chana, chickpeas, you know, when I can buy paneer, cheese for the same price? So he bought that paneer and he brought it back to his Gurudev. So then when he got back, his Gurudev said to him, okay, so did you bring the chana, chickpeas? And he said, oh, Gurudev, this place is such a great place and everything's like the same price here. It's all equal. You know, for 1 paise, you can get fruit, you can get vegetables, you can get paneer, cheese even. So Gurudev, I thought, why should I get just chana when I can get this cheese? Look, I got you this. Look. So he gave paneer to his Gurudev, and his Gurudev was so upset. He said, you nonsense, you don't listen to me. You simply follow the dictates of your own mind. I didn't want paneer. You should just take it yourself. So the disciple thought, okay, Gurudev, if that's what you want, very nice. So he ate the whole kg of paneer himself alone. So then, after a while, the guru turned to his disciple. He said, you know, I want to go. I want to leave here. And he said, you know, you should come with me. And the disciple said, no, I want to stay here as it's such a good place. Everything is equal here. Then the guru said, no, it's not a good place at all. You don't understand. Look, it's better that you just come with me. So then the disciple said, no, Gurudev, you can go alone. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay here. Then the guru said, well, okay, what can I do? You won't listen to me. So how can I help you? But in future, if you face any kind of trouble whatsoever, then just simply remember me and I'll be there for you. So then the disciple said, okay, Gurudev, yes. So then the guru left, the disciple stayed, and he started to beg every day by sitting under a banyan tree, and people were giving him money and like this. So whatever money he collected, he started to buy all kinds of things like rascals, gulab jamans, all kinds of nice sweets and paneer, sweet cheese. And then, he's filling his belly. And before too long, he got very fat. He like a big fat belly. So then sometime later in that village, then a thief started to go here and there, from house to house stealing. So then one day that thief burgled a very rich man's house. And that rich man, when he got to know, he was so upset, and he complained to the mayor of that village. And he said, this thief came and stole my goods. my very, very expensive, valuable goods. And the mayor said, well, did you see that thief? Did you catch sight of him? And the rich man, he said, yes, actually, I did see him, but he got away too fast. And then he said, well, what did he look like? He said, oh, he's a big, fat man, big belly. And, he was describing him. And I said, okay, don't worry, we'll deal with it. So then he sent out a search party to find that thief. And, people were searching, they were given the description and looking everywhere. Finally, they come to where this disciple was sitting under the banyan tree. And they realized, oh, this man's an outsider. But who is he? He's like, yes, he fits the exact description. He's got a big fat belly, and yes, he must be our man. So they immediately arrested him, brought him into custody, and disciple was complaining, what are you doing? I haven't done anything. What have I done? And they said, oh, you've stolen, these goods from this big rich man. And they said, the disciple said, no, I haven't done anything like that. I would never do that. They said, well, you'll have to go to court and you'll have to prove your innocence. And what happened? He went to trial and they found him guilty, and they gave him a punishment. They said, oh, you'll you'll have to be executed. So the disciple was, what? I'm going to be executed? Oh my God, why? And they said, yes, tomorrow you'll be executed. So then the disciple was like lamenting like anything when he was in the jail. He said, oh, why didn't I listen to my Gurudev? My Gurudev was right. He told me not to stay in this place, and this place wasn't a good place. Where is my Gurudev now? Oh, Gurudev. So then he was remembering his guru, and eventually his guru came there just in the nick of time. So, it was some years ago that he'd been left there, his guru had gone, and his guru said to him, oh, my dear disciple, what's going on? What's happening? And he told him everything, and the guru said, look, I tried to warn you that time. I said, this place isn't a good place. You shouldn't stay here. But anyhow, I will do something for you, as you are my disciple. So then Guru said, I have a plan and you just follow. Okay, so then next day, his Gurudev went there to the place where the disciple was about to get executed, and he shouted. He said, I also want to be executed. He said, let me also go there. And then the magistrate said, well, actually, I'm an astrologer, and I have seen by astrological calculation that this is the most auspicious moment to be executed. Whoever will die in this way at this time will go straight to Vaikuntha, straight to the spiritual world. And the magistrate thought, oh, my father is very old and sick, and he's always saying he wants to go to Vaikuntha. So why should I send these people? I'll just send my father instead. So he ordered his men to bring his father. And just at that time, the guru turned to his disciple and he said, oh, now it's the exact right time to get out of here. Let's go. He said, follow me. So like this, they both left. So this is an example of a disciple who is just like that bee, who is, humming around and not very focused, and just follows the dictates of his mind and doesn't really understand the position of his guru and how his guru knows best. So the next example here is he who answers back, piercing his master like an arrow. It's called ban. So there's two examples of this. One is, or what, two meanings you could say. One is that disciple who talks back to his guru, piercing his guru's heart like an arrow. So he continually answers his guru back. So once there was a guru who ordered his disciple, bring me a glass of water. But the disciple didn't move. And the guru said, well, didn't you hear me? I said, bring me a glass of water. The disciple said, yes, I'm hearing. But he still didn't go anywhere and get his guru a glass of water. So then his guru asked again, please bring me a glass of water. Then still the disciple didn't answer. He didn't get up and do anything, go anywhere, get any water. And then the guru said, why aren't you bringing me any water? The disciple said, well, because you only asked me, have you heard what I said? So there's no need to tell me over and over again. You know, I'm not deaf. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing what you're saying. So in this way, the guru's his heart was like pierced, like an arrow, that his disciple, he's not understanding at all. He's not following my instructions. So a guru's heart is very soft, and that's why his heart is pierced like the words of his disciple. It pierces his heart like an arrow. So like this, we shouldn't be like this disciple. The guru, he's thinking that, oh, my disciple, he's not developing the qualities in order to be able to serve Radha and Krishna. So that's why his heart's pierced like an arrow. Then another example, another meaning of this is that sometimes guru may give an order and the disciple won't wait to hear the full import of that order. So instead of hearing the order properly, he'll at once fly out the door like an arrow, you know, thinking, yes, I have to do it quickly, you know, like this. And he won't, you know, without even knowing what to do, where to go, how to do it, what his Gurudev has asked him, then he just shoots out. So example of this is that once a guru, he ordered his disciple, bring water from, before he could finish his sentence, the disciple just shot out, you know, and he was running to fulfill the order of his guru. And then he came back after some time, and his guru said, so you brought water? And the disciple said, yes, Gurudev, here's the water. And he said, well, where did you bring it from? And the disciple said, well, I walked for 15 minutes all the way to the river and I collected water from there. And the guru said, oh, what have you done? This is not drinking water. You should have got water from the nearby well. If you'd only waited to hear my full instruction. This isn't drinking water. I don't want it. Like this, the guru was upset. So like this, we don't want to be like a ban and arrow like disciple. So other example is, you know, Gurudev gave this example that suppose it's a very cold day, very, very freezing cold. And the guru asks his disciple, well, you know, please, I'm thirsty, bring water. So the disciple shot out the door like an arrow and brought cold water. So it's a freezing cold day and he brought freezing cold water. And Gurudev said, disciple does that, then this isn't really proper service at all. This is not the meaning of sevak. So there's so many examples like this. Srila Bhakti Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he said, if Guru orders, please bring me some flowers. But when the disciple brings flowers, then Guru says, no, actually, I don't want flowers. Now bring me some water. But then the disciple objects, oh, no, but you ordered me to bring me flowers and I brought flowers. So here, you should take these flowers. Then what kind of service is that? This is like karma. It'll be, Sridhar Maharaj said, it'd be like forcing your will upon the Guru. And it won't be service at all. So just as Krishna is independent, so the Guru is fully independent. And whatever is needed at any given moment by the Guru, then that is coming through the, should have said whatever is needed at any given moment by Krishna, then Krishna's will comes through the heart of the Guru because he is the pure via medium. So that's why the Guru may change his instructions from one moment to the next, 1 minute to the next. He may say 1 minute, please bring me flowers, and the next minute he may say, no, actually bring me water. So we have to have faith in our Gurudev that whatever he orders, whatever he instructs, that's perfect according to the will of Krishna. So then next is the procrastinator, Jyotisaka. So that kind of sevak, servant, he will think of so many problems, so many obstacles when he receives a order from his guru. And those problems will overwhelm him and prevent him from even fulfilling the order of his Gurudev. So the example is given that once a guru said to his disciple, please bring me a glass of water. And the disciple said, oh, Gurudev, how can I do this? The guru said, well, just go and bring me a glass of water. But the disciple said, well, Gurudev, what happens if there's no water? I can't find any water. Then what should I do? The Guru said, just please bring me water. Please just find water somewhere and bring it. And the disciple said, but okay, but should I bring hot or cold water? Like this. So this is the procrastinator. That disciple, he doesn't understand the power that's within the heart of the Guru. He doesn't understand the power in the Gurudev's instruction, because whatever Guru tells us, then that comes with the empowerment to fulfill that order. So that disciple who's like a procrastinator, an astrologer, Jyotisaka means astrologer, then he's waiting for the right alignment of planets and circumstances before he'll even do anything for his guru. We don't want to be like that. So then number 4, the so-called sevak who is lazy and inactive. It's called stabdi bhuta. So when that disciple receives an order from his guru, what happens? He becomes confused, maybe becomes stunned, bewildered, and incapable of taking any action. Why? He becomes like overcome by laziness, and he doesn't want to do anything at all. So once I asked my Gurudev, I said, what are the symptoms of a disciple who's surrendered to his guru? And Gurudev answered, he said, oh, he'll do whatever he's asked without any hesitation. That disciple, once he receives the order, he'll immediately act upon it without any hesitation whatsoever. So actually, one time, Gurudev, he said, there's many people, they come and join the mat, the temple, and they give up their material life, they give up their mother, father, or husband, wife, they give up all their house, possessions, everything, and they join the mat. But after some time, after they come, they develop some attachment, to their own body, and so much so that they feel, I have to look after my body. And even if they're given instruction by their guru, you should do this or do this service in the mat in the temple, then they're thinking, oh, but if I do that, then I'll lose my strength, and I won't want to be in that position. So Buddha said, if someone asks them to wash the pots, then they'll think, oh, I haven't left my house to wash pots. And they think, well, no, I don't want to do that. So then person says, oh, but please, can you do some seva? And that disciple with devotee says, oh, I'm very sick today, I can't do anything. And the devotee who's asked him says, but please, there's no one in the temple and no one to help wash the pots, please, can you come? Then the disciple says, no, really, you don't understand how sick I am, I can't do anything like that. The person who asks says, well, okay, but then you won't take prasadam? And the disciple says, well, actually, yes, no, I won't be able to take prasadam today. So then Gurudev said, so this disciple who's very lazy like this, then he'll even pretend to be sick for the whole day. He'll fast the whole day without taking any prasadam, just to avoid doing service. So what kind of sevak is that? This is not real sevak. This is very much neophyte, kanistha servant. They don't understand the meaning of seva. What is service? And they just simply worried about their own comforts and like this. There's no concept of sacrificing anything like this. So one time Gurudev said, if a devotee is doing a great deal of chanting, reading, glorifying Shri Krishna, but he's not following his Gurudev, what will be the result? And Gurudev said, the big zero, big zero. So also, Srila Bhakti Keshav Maharaj, one time, he established a mat in which one of his Grihastha disciples donated to him. And so this Grihastha disciple, he donated the mat. But later on, said when this disciple became very lazy and he started to make Guru and Vaishnavas his servants, then Srila Bhakti Keshav Maharaj, Param Gurudev, he called back the mat residents, and he said, no, this is not good at all. And he started to show indifference towards that so-called disciple. So we don't want to become like that. The so-called sevak who is lazy and inactive is called stabdi bhuta. So then, number 5, he who refuses to do anything on his own. So after receiving the some order from Guru, he thinks, how can I possibly do this all by myself? Oh, no, no, no. This is not possible. This is too much for me to do on my own. There's so many others here besides myself. Why doesn't Gurudev ask any of them? Why is he just asking me? So ask someone else. So this is not the correct mood of a sevak. So he doesn't realize the real value of service, how actually the opportunity to do Guru Seva, service of one's Guru, who is Sadguru, topmost Guru, then this is like great good fortune that after so many lives, millions, billions of lives in this material world, that we've been maybe like working like a dog in many different species of life, working hard in animal species or human form. We're working very, very hard, so many lives. But now finally in this life, we've come to the lotus feet of a pure Guru. And he's giving us the rare opportunity to do service, to be trained in order to be able to serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. This is such a rare opportunity. So such a sevak who's lazy, he has no idea, he doesn't understand that by performing this service that we can get an opportunity to go to the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, and serve Srimati Radharani. So next, lastly, the so-called sevak who passes the book, Prasita Prasak. So when Guru gives such a disciple a task, then he at once avoids the responsibility. Why? He thinks it's very inconvenient and he looks for someone else. And he thinks, oh, I don't want to do this. So I think I already explained that actually. But anyway, this is important to know that